So now I'm going to show you how to use OBS. And OBS stands for Open Broadcaster Software. And you can see the OBS webpage right here. And right now when I'm recording this, I'm recording in Camtasia. Because I want to show you things in OBS, I have to use a separate screen recorder so I could show you OBS when it's not working. And I'm not only using Camtasia to record my audio and video through the computer, but I also have this device here recording audio. And I got that so that I could have a mic right next to my mouth, right next to my throat, closer to my throat and mouth, because that's going to allow me to get better sound. The closer a microphone is to your mouth, the better the sound. Let me say that again. The closer a microphone is to your mouth, the better the sound. And I'm going to switch to this sound right now. So now you can hear what that sounds like. And this room is a pretty big room, so there's a bit of echo in here. And by having the microphone closer to my throat and my mouth, hopefully I'm getting a better sound and it's not capturing all of that echo quite as much. But you could judge for that just by rewinding this video and hearing the audio before I switched to this and after. And one more thing I have to do, since I'm recording one audio video stream on my computer and one audio stream here on this device, I need to have some sort of a marker so that I could sync the audio and video from the screen recording with the audio recording from this device. I'm going to provide a marker right now. So when I go in and edit it, I'll see sound spikes right there, and in Adobe Premiere, I'll actually be able to automatically have those align. All right. So now I want to show you OBS, and I'm going to go and over to OBS right here, and you can see that it's going right now. In OBS, when you first started out, there shouldn't be anything here. So I'm just going to minus out that and hit yes, get rid of that, and minus out that, so get rid of that. And I think I might have actually shown this in some other video in this course. So if this stuff is redundant, please forgive me. Let it serve as a review, or just skip this if you've already seen an orientation to OBS. I finished recording this course a couple of weeks ago, but then realized I didn't have a video on how to record with Camtasia, and I wanted that in there. And so I thought I'd just have a specific video for OBS. And I'm not sure if I covered this somewhere else, despite my extensive notes in my course outline. All right, without further ado, when you get into OBS, I teach in a lot of places, by the way, so sometimes like I teach at the school, I teach at the college, I teach at the university, I teach here online, so sometimes I forget what I taught where. So here in scenes, that's, kind of like additional stuff you could do in OBS, just ignore that. But in sources, I want to say, where are my video sources coming from? So one video source I want is a display capture. So I'd add that in, and it just says create new display capture, okay. And then, I could see if there are any other choices there. If I had more than one monitor, I might be able to choose that. Crop, none, right? So I'm just going to hit OK. And now I could look at this, and you can see it's capturing my screen, but it's kind of big. So I'm going to grab this window and just make it a little larger. And then I could grab the corner, and when I grab the corner, I could change the size of this, and you can see it shrinking down. So I'm just shrinking this size down. It's getting smaller and smaller. And just keep shrinking it down, grab that corner. And now the black area is what is being recorded, and I could drag this and just make it fit that black area. So this video of my screen, it's kind of like a window within a window within a window. It's recording what it's recording, what it's recording, or it's getting ready to. That is my desktop. And it won't look funny when it's recording because this will be out of the way and it'll just be recording whatever's on my screen. But right now, this is what's on my screen. Next thing I want to add is a camera. So I'm going to click add, and I could choose a video capture device. And that video capture device, go ahead and click OK. And it's going to ask me to choose what is the video capture device. I'm just going to choose my camera right here. I could choose different sizes. I'll go 1280 by 720, hit OK. And now here's that big picture. And I could grab that and then just zoom this in, make it a little bit smaller. And now this is what my recording would be like in OBS. So I'm not going to be able to change the location of the instructor in editing if I record OBS this way. That is why I like to use OBS just to capture the desktop. So I could get rid of one of these here by hitting the minus sign and hit yes, just to capture the desktop. And then I have another camera to capture me, the instructor. That gives me 2 audio-video recordings. One is an audio-video recording from my computer, which is of the screen and the audio that the computer microphone is capturing. The other is an audio-video recording from a camera, which is of the instructor, video of the instructor and audio of the instructor. Having those 2 sources, 2 audio-video recordings, allows me to change the location of the instructor in editing, so I don't have the instructor video capture device, okay, and okay, FaceTime, and okay. So I could change the location of this file in editing because it's 2 separate audio-video recordings. Here, if I did it this way, it'd be fixed in that position, so I'm going to get rid of that. So I could change the location of that. Plus, it allows, having 2 audio-video recordings allows me to have some backup, because if the audio goes out on my computer, I still have the audio from the camera, or vice versa. And also sometimes the video serves as a backup. I could recreate things on the screen if I really liked the way the camera captured me talking about it. Or if the camera goes out, I had what was a screen recording. So it serves as backup. And then it's also less processor intensive on my computer. And so when you're capturing audio and video, that's really intensive processing for your computer. And just, separating those 2, having a camera capture 1 audio video and having the computer capture 1 audio and video, that's going to remove some of the processing that your computer has to do, as opposed to having your computer process both of it. So I like using OBS. And I have all of the settings for you in OBS right here. So you could click OBS settings for Windows and settings for Mac. Let me change the spelling on that. And so here are the settings for Windows and Mac. So I have screenshots on these. Like here are the settings for Mac. And when I open these up, it tells you kind of like some of the things that I set. Like here's the output, and I set this to where I want the file to go, and I set this to MP4. And so you can look through those settings and adjust your settings in OBS. Just right here, go to Settings, click that, and change your settings in here so that you have good settings on OBS. So that's OBS. It's going to output an MP4 file, and the last thing I'll say is that right here, here's this microphone that I'm using right now. I don't know if I showed you this because it's the second time I recorded the video. But this is $22.95, and this is $64.99 for each of these. And so that's allowed me to capture audio, with a microphone that's right next to me. So this is a pretty inexpensive, nice solution for capturing audio with a lapel mic. So I really like that solution. And this is the benefit you get by you being thorough and going through this entire course. This wasn't covered in hardware. This was like a new thing for me. And I'm actually testing this out for the first time to see how it works. But I like the idea. So if you like the way it sounds, then that's a solution that you might think about adopting, because then you don't have to worry so much about, external sounds because your mic is closer to your mouth. All right, so that's how I use OBS. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's my preferred solution. And if you want to use Camtasia and a Logitech webcam and just keep it simple, or OBS and just have your picture right up in the top and don't worry about the size, that totally works too. All right, so that's using OBS and also this nifty device and this nifty mic.